Hi everybody, how's it going today? We're at Cows Co here, mid-morning. Just picked Ian and Eli up to come take them with me here. We're gonna get water hooked up to the water trough in the pasture here. The plan is to bring 30 heifers over here this afternoon. It's Sunday morning here today. It's been a few weeks here since we mowed this pasture over here and chopped this grass. There's quite a bit of grass out there because it's still continuing to rain every 3-4 days, it seems like here. So a lot of grass. We want to get some heifers moved over here to try to get some of that grass chewed up so we don't have to let it go to waste. And to bring some heifers out here so that when people come over here they can see some Holstein heifers. So we just hook it up to the well that they have on the farm here. There's a hose laying here already. We had water going to a different tub here. When we had the Cheese and Gelato Festival, we had a tank where the 4-H kids were grabbing water from for their heifers. So we just have to move that hose over to the water trough. Shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. Clean that trough out and it's ready to go. So we'll get that done here this morning so we can move those heifers here this afternoon. Watch out, brother. The water running, water trough cleaned out. Ian and Eli found a cat. We'll take a look at the grass here quick before we head back to the farm. Yeah, fair amount of grass regrown already in this. If you remember, this is where we had that parking lot, so this is not in the best shape here, but once you get further into the field where we just chopped, where we just mowed it and chopped it, there's a fair amount of grass out there. Some alfalfa by the looks of it. Should be plenty of feed for 30 heifers. In our heifer barn here now, we've got pen 45, which is right here, and moved up to the front. We're gonna let these heifers lock up here. And then we're gonna give them a couple tags to help with fly control, keep the flies away from the heifers. And we're also gonna pour them for lice and worms. So we'll get that done here as well. Then we're gonna move them down to the far end, load them under the trailer. We'll probably take 3 trips of 10 is my plan. Just let them, we moved them all, so there's pen 44s right here, so we move those back. Give pen 45 some extra room so all the heifers could lock up in theory if they want to. Try to get as many locked up on their own as possible. It makes working a little bit easier in here. Got the 30 of them moved up to this first pen here. We're going to load right out of this door. We got those orange ear tags in. They have insecticide on them to help keep the flies away from them. A what? How much of it? We'll give them a mint when we get the Cows Co. Why? I'm going to get in the truck and then we're going to move the trailer. Do you guys want to stay by Opa? couple days later here. It's Tuesday morning. We're going to pour the concrete pad for our water silo here this afternoon. We got the sides formed up. I don't know, it would have been last week already, Friday, Saturday, but we didn't finish. We didn't drill the holes or put the rebar in because I knew there was some rain coming, and it's good that we held off on that because we got a half-inch of rain last night. These holes would have been full of water this morning with no real good way to get the water out. So I just drug the water out with the skid steer, drug it back up there. We'll deal with that later. Drilled the holes this morning. I had the first two drilled, and then my dad came and helped me with the last two. We went about 4 feet deep, and then we've got a 2x12 and a 2x6, so about, I don't know, about 17 inches or so thick concrete pad here. Silo will sit pretty much center of these 4 holes. So we're gonna get the rebar laid in here, close this end off. It'll be 2 mats of rebar, plus we'll bend some sticks of rebar to go into the holes here to tie everything together. And get things ready here. Concrete truck should be coming at about 1:30 or so. We've got a couple other things that we might pour. I ordered a little extra. I want to make sure we've got enough for this. And then there's a couple big poles that we have some large gates hanging on that we're not sitting straight anymore, so we broke the concrete out there yesterday, cut it out. I'm going to push those poles straight here this morning and drill some holes next to them to get some more concrete around those poles, try to get those back straight. So we're going to do that, this, and then I've got a, I don't know, it's like a 7x7 section in our manure separation room that we didn't pour last winter, if you guys remember, where we connected all the floor hoses, the floor heat hoses. So I got that ready too. We'll, if we have a yard or so extra, we'll put that in that area. So we'll get started here and get the rebar laid out. I'm in the back here where we move cows across from our calving barn. We've got these 2 big poles here that hold gates that swing across, and there are 2 on the other side. So when we move cows from our calving barn to our milking barn, and from our far off dry cow pen to our calving barn, then we close these gates. But that one in particularly, that one was by far the worst. This one was leaning a little too, but that one was leaning so bad that when that gate was open, it was actually rubbing on the ground over there. So we cut the concrete out yesterday, took that out, cleaned it out, drilled 3 holes around the concrete that's there, gonna help keep it in place here. We kind of push them back into place with the skid steer, and then we put the strap around it. We got it anchor bolted into the wall and then to the post on the inside of the building. And they're sitting fairly straight now. We do have to, once we get the concrete poured, just kind of move them with the bar a little bit to keep them or get them right level both ways, but they're sitting pretty good right now. So we're going to pour in the front first, pour this after, and if we have a little concrete left over, we're going to finish that floor in our manure building. I got that ready yesterday, kind of cleaned it out a little bit, but concrete should be here in about 30 minutes. In the front here now, this is what it looks like. We've got rebar in the holes, 2 layers of rebar here. We need to get that plastic tucked back in there. We had some wood laying on it, must have just the wind blew it off the wood. And we've got some plastic to cover the bottom of the compressors here. We'll put that on right before we start pouring because I don't want to keep airflow away from those compressors. But this is what we're pouring. Should be about 12 yards in here. I ordered 14 just to make sure we've got enough to do this and the posts for sure, and then if we've got left over, we're gonna do for the manure building. Hopefully goes as planned.
over here, still on that edge.
our sand manure separation building here. This is the little piece here that we just poured. If you remember, if you guys have been following along for a while, there's floor heat underneath this floor, and we had reconnected this new floor that we poured to the floor heat in the old floor, the original floor over there, and all the couplings are underneath this section. So we left that open because we wanted to make sure that the floor heat couplings were going to hold up, and we had no issues with it. The whole winter we ran them. But I did put plastic underneath the concrete here with a 2x4 on either side. If we do need to break it out, that it's separate from the floor heat and we can keep it separate easily. Hoping we don't have to do that for a while, but wanted to be prepared in case we did have to do that. I was actually just coming over here to put something in front of this so no one walks over it, but Christian and Jose Luis put a bucket and wood in front of it already. Should be able to walk over this in a few hours, or at least tomorrow morning anyways. We'll move the buckets and that wood. I'll show you the posts here quick, and then Taryn's gonna bring Ian, Eli, and Elise to put their handprints in the concrete by the water silo. We'll probably do that here in 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so. We just got a shot of rain here, and Keith put plastic on the concrete over there because it's right where the roof line ends, so all that water was going to run on the concrete, so they put plastic on it. They were going to go do a couple things and then come back, take the plastic off and finish that concrete there. It didn't rain much, but enough to where it was probably good that they put that plastic on, because right by the roof there it would have washed all the concrete off the top. Show you guys these posts here quick. Got a bunch of straw in it already, but that's fine. Both posts are sitting straight, so hopefully once we take those straps off, they'll stay straight. We'll probably leave those on for a while. Keep the gates off of these for a while, let the concrete cure completely. Got a couple of pieces of particle board we're going to lay on top when we move cows across. So when we move cows across, that they're not standing directly on that concrete, because we'll have to move cows here in a couple hours, and then again about 6 hours later, and by tomorrow it should be fine for the cows to walk on that. But we'll keep the gates off for a few weeks for sure, just to make sure that that concrete is cured. Still soft. We'll get that plastic pulled off here in a little bit, and then they'll come back and finish this. It's a little bit later here this afternoon. Got the plastic off, broomed it. Taryn brought Ian, Eli, and Elise to put their hands and feet in there, and Ian got an extra hand in, and Eli just put his hand over on this side. Don't touch Eli. Eli wanted to stay with me for the rest of the afternoon. Turned out pretty good. We'll hopefully set that silo in place here in about 3-4 weeks, and then start to get water connected. Hopefully use it here in about a month and a half if things work out. But we'll keep you updated as we get going with that project. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching. Questions, comments, post them down below. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Do you want to say bye, Eli?
Bye, Buddha.
Say bye, everybody.
Bye, Buddha.
What's Buddha?
Bye, everybody.
Who's Buddha, Eli?
Bye,